Hello everybody and welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. We are back on the map Shallow Straits, but this time with a 1v1 between two big names in the 1v1 scene, Mr. Sashkorin and Mr. Blodir. So as we zoom on out here, as mentioned before, we've got the two little camera picture-in-picture things for the either players centered to their position on the map, although with this being a not top versus bottom map, it's a little bit more difficult. But yeah, Sashkorin looking like he's starting bots here, and on the opposite side, Blodir also starting bots. Both players also Cortex today, and we'll have a quick zoom out and look at the map. We shouldn't need to because we've had this fairly recently, but this can be a team map with a start position here. And we did see someone start here, and then also see someone start by this 1.9 and then walking over here. Now this water section is walkable by a commander. This bit here, it kind of looks like it's quite a steep cliff, but it's not steep enough. Amphibious units can walk up that way as well, so you have to be careful if your opponent gets control of this middle section that they don't just walk some units down the hill and then back up over the other side. Now with both players playing bots, they won't really have to worry about that just yet, but who knows, if someone transitions into vehicles, then that may change. Now both players starting bots here. This could be for a multitude of reasons. One, they want to save metal. The more metal they save, the quicker they can expand, because they're not going to like metal stall, but also it gives them more metal for when they go into sea, because there are metal extractors in the sea here. There's only 2 of them, but at the same time, with 12 tidal strength is a fairly decent tidal strength, and also just due to where all the water is on this map, you kind of have to somewhat contest sea if the game goes on for too long, because otherwise you're just kind of gonna let someone else that has gone sea in here and basically wreck your base, and there's not much you really going to be able to do about it. So that's probably one of the reasonings. The other reason could be that they just want to, as we're about to see here from Blodir, sorry for my terrible camera work, move into heavier metal units sooner. So thugs we see here from Blodir in an attempt to get those out quicker. Interestingly enough, we're seeing less expansion cons from Blodir here. We've got 4 cons for Sashkorin and only 3 for Blodir. And Blodir already leaving the base, making his way to Sashkorin's base by the looks of it. Is that a ballsy move? Blodir is at the unit disadvantage right now, although it says he has army advantage. That's just purely because he spent more metal on these guys here, so it adds up. But when it comes to physical units on the field here, we've got 13 versus, you know, I can't accurately judge it. Yeah, 6. D-Gun manages to only get 2 there, but it's enough to slow Blodir down. Not Blodir, it's enough to slow Sashkorin down. And interestingly, we see Sash here going for a very, very quick transition into air already, straight into bombers. Oh, it was straight into bombers. He even started building the bomber, but has now moved on to air transports. He is e-stalling right now, and that could be why. Meanwhile, Blodir is still making his way across the ocean floor. He's not cloaked. Sash sees it. He's trying to move to get in the way. Ooh, Blodir unable to get anything from the walk. And with that now, Sash knows, right, time to go see. I can't have him doing that again. But Blodir did see the air, so bombers will now be useless. Well, not useless, just not as effective. Over here, we've got some AA bots already coming out. Needs to be careful with the folks. The AA bots aren't there just yet. Straight on to the assault frigates here as well, which is kind of to be expected. Although this torpedo defense is in range of the actual factory. Well, that's awkward for Sash. Blodir also building a torpedo defense in the water right outside of Sash's base here. But with 2 assault frigates built, will they be able to out damage it? Factory is back up to full health. Sash using his commander here to desperately try and keep that frigate alive. And yes, it does look like he has enough build power to out damage them. Oh, sorry, out repair. Oh, saying that, he loses 1. But as he loses 1, another one's up. If he could build a second one of these, then it may be a different story. But I don't think he's going to be able to build a second one of those in time. He's using the thugs here in an attempt to kind of body block. But he doesn't have enough build power here to stop it. But a bombing run comes in. Getting a bit of energy. 2 assault frigates gone. Getting a good amount of wind there. The bomber does go down. That will slow it down a little bit. Oh, a resbot has come forward here as well to help keep this stuff alive. Oh, but the resbot gets killed. No more thugs left. And Blodir deciding he's gonna fall back, maybe? It's close. Build power looks like it's just not enough now without the commander helping here. But more build power is being built in the back. It's just out of the range here if they do go far enough back. He's trying to build a second one. Whether it will be enough, though, is a different question. Yep, he's able to keep it from being built. And Blodir now losing pretty much all of his support units here. Every time one of them gets killed, another one gets made. And that will be it. The jellyfish will go down. But Sashkorin's commander takes a heck of a lot of damage. 30% health. And that entire time, while Sash has been struggling to deal with that, Blodir has been building up a bit of a sea force of his own here. But also, no pressure has been done on land at all. The focus has been entirely on this fight. So much hassle that a single jellyfish made. But now Blodir really short on the ships here. Just keeps falling back. That jellyfish gets destroyed instantly. Blodir realizing not quite the right move, unfortunately, for him. especially now with destroyers out and about. This thing will just hit it at range and not really have to worry about it. Looking over at the base, though, we see Sash here completely eaten all land production whatsoever. And both players basically doubling down on sea here, which is quite funny that all you would need is a little bit here to push them out of this top section. And although you wouldn't really be able to consolidate it because of the boats, you would remove quite a few metal extractors and then could potentially move through into the energy production. I think there'd be enough ships blocking this waterway here so that you couldn't do that. But still, there's quite a lot there. I mean, the problem is the amount of metal that Blodir would have to invest into being able to kill all this because of things like this twin guard. He needs that metal elsewhere, which is why he can't justify it right now. But 7 to 8 ships here. 2 of those 7, though, are destroyers. But Blodir's number is going up quite quickly, and with this coastal torpedo defenses, if they were shooting the right thing, I say one of those would get killed very quickly. 2 destroyers down though, and this is a good counter-attack from Blodir. They don't get the construction ship, but this reclaim here pretty secured. Blodir's comm already moving to try and grab it. This 1.09k not really securable. Oh, the air transport. Yes, not the air transport gets destroyed, losing a build turret as well, which is quite a substantial loss, really. Now, one of the specs here says bad idea with comm. It could potentially be. The biggest thing here is that right now he just wants to grab that reclaim, and if he risks delaying it, he risks his opponent getting it. That's why he's gone with the comm. It was the only thing nearby. He does have a res sub now, which he can bring down, which will make a difference, but nothing yet. Sash's comm in a very interesting position. Just stood there on Blodir's side of the map. Both players just really focusing on these sea battles, but both players do have it on their screens. As you can see there, they see where the commander is. But reclaim is more important when it comes to land. Blodir doesn't really have what it takes to kill it. And by just doing this, this is either going to make Blodir invest into some land in order to kill this, because he doesn't have a land factory, so he'll have to build a bot lab and build a rocket bot in order to kill this, or he'll have to build like a, you know, a HLT in order to kill that LLT. Now, he could just walk it with his commander, but his commander is elsewhere. You can actually see now he has queued up a bot lab now down here to be able to deal with that. Meanwhile, though, Sash has transitioned to tech. Well, not really transitioned. Gone to Tech 2. Bit of a risky timing here as Sash's comm is slowly walking back while being chased by 3 destroyers. They know the comm's there, but because of the cloak, it's missing. Now it's 4 destroyers. Trying to sacrifice one assault frigate there to get a decloak. This is very lucky radar wobble here. Look how much that thing's wobbling. And here come the bed bugs. It's enough to keep Blodir back. But it does give Blodir the heads up that his opponent is Tech 2 right now. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see something from Blodir back here, but no. Blodir actually is investing a little bit here into some stuff to go north. Oh, a scuttle. This is what we were talking about earlier on. If you're not careful, your opponent will just get round. And these destroyers are in range to do some damage here. They weren't being just ground fired, unfortunately. Or one of these destroyers will get caught out. And with now the split up of Blodir's sea forces, it's enough to push that navy back a bit. Still very, very close here. Blodir clearing up these jellyfishes at the top will free him up to be able to take out some of those constructors, or some metal extractors rather. Scuttle's coming in again. Blodir not moving his sea force. This could be a big bomb. Ooh, huge bomb, as a huge majority of Blodir's navy gets taken out. And now initiative switches to Sash here. Army value still a huge difference, but Blodir has not gone Tech 2 at all yet, bear in mind. Sash has been playing off of what he had left. And now with that Tech 2 metal advantage going into AV once more, but with Tech 2 support this time, this force will do a decent job at whittling down some of this stuff here. You can see there's still one metal extractor up there, but not the end of the world. Finally, we see some Tech 2 coming out from Blodir. Don't know if this is going to be enough distance for the constructor to move around, to be honest with you. Maybe. Oh, Spybot has gone off. And because of that, the ticks managed to land, not ticks, sorry, bedbugs managed to land their hits. And that has whittled down this northern attack force so much that they're having to fall back. But Blodir needs to be careful now. His opponent has Tech 2 land. There's not much stopping Sash from just rushing down the middle now. Now, Blodir's commander is in the water, and Sash is just not building any torpedo-related stuff whatsoever. And he needs to be careful because this is a lot of damage to just be sat on the ocean floor. And also making its way to Blodir's base. Those little legs go. Sheldon's coming out. This could be dangerous though. LLT's rushingly being built here. Oh, the Shuriken manages to get one, but it doesn't matter as they both still go off. This factory is still alive though. If that second one had managed to get in range, that could have been a big, big difference. But as Sheldon's reached the shore here, it is going to help Blodir's naval forces hang around a bit. They are getting shot by the assault frigates though, so they need to be careful. Blodir is just trying to pressure Sash off of the reclaim field here. There is 2.6k metal. Another attempted bug push, which gets shut down by shurikens. That's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? slightly moving these Sheldons a bit too close here. See, one's already dead. That's the second one dead. And now with some bedbugs coming in here as well, the only having 2 destroyers is proving a little bit difficult for Blodir to really deal with these bedbugs effectively. He's also running a little bit low on C right now, as he's actually reclaimed his own C lab and to go into this Tech 2 transition here. So Blodir is hoping that these Sheldons will provide enough damage to keep this unit at bay, but bedbugs make a difference at that. They're like, nope. And now Blodir's like, I like that plan. I want to try that plan. The biggest difference is here, though, is that Sash has built barely any torpedo-related ships. Well, no torpedo-related ships. But it has plenty of torpedo defense. So, I don't know. This is looking tough right now. If only this res sub was around here, that could make a huge difference. But no, Blodir's comm could be in... Oh, I was about to say could be in danger, but no, there's just assault frigates. Doesn't matter. Blodir's comm will be fine because they can't shoot Blodir's comm. Oof. I don't know about that move. Sash rushes in here, attempt to whittle down Blodir's forces even more, but ends up just kind of throwing most of his navy. Now this is a 5.4k reclaim field. And the battle has now transitioned back to land. Both players building Sheldons. Blodir back in the sea again. It's all about that conservation of metal. That's why they reclaim the factories, get the factories back out again when they need it. They need the metal elsewhere. Especially for that Tech 2 transition. This is proving an interesting one, that's for certain. Spy bots coming out from Blodir here. Economy is looking a little bit interesting. So we've got one T2 con here from Blodir going out, but as we can see here, Sash is actually keeping his commander with his Tech 2 con, and he actually has 2 Tech 2 cons going around with support here in order to build up all the metal extractors, and all the base metal extractors are already up and running. Now the biggest problem we may see here is the ducks. These do turn and go for the com. That could be a problem for Blodir, but they could also equally just walk up on the shore and deal with these Sheldons. Which is exactly what's about to happen. Or not. Sash baiting me in there with a statement by moving them right up onto the shore. This EMP bot here looks prepped and ready to catch these Sheldons out. And there we go. All the Sheldons caught in the EMP blast. And with a bed bug right behind it. No longer will Blodir have to worry about that. But there is arbiters now out. So he definitely still needs to keep things moving. Also needs to be careful. These ducks are still on the edge. Arbiters also now coming out as well from Blodir. This timing. Fiends come in to save the Sheldon's day. And this is looking tough for Sash here. Being peppered from all sides. These arbiters have a good range here. Able to actually pepper the base of Sash. So we can see here a Tech 2 artillery was attempted to be built there by Sash, but it doesn't manage to get built in time. And Sash is actually having to reclaim his Tech 2 factory here with it being in missile range. They are just kind of set on set target though, and are not actually fighting anything specific here. They're just kind of bombing a general area. And to counter that, this Tech 2 artillery is being rushed out now by Sash, in desperate need of something that can deal with this long range stuff. It will force those units off, but it doesn't help if they get radar jammers on them. He's not really going to be able to deal with it too well. This will also push back the navy of Blodir as they start getting peppered by that long-range artillery, as well as the missiles from 4 arbiters now of Sash. I'm seeing projectiles spewing in here. There's a lot of reclaim here. Finally, a Death Cavalry has arrived, a res sub, to eat as much of this up as possible. Blodir does lose 2 of his arbiters. With a radar jammer now here, though, it's only going to be the spy bot and the C that's going to provide the vision needed in order for that artillery to go to work. Meanwhile, though, at the back, ducks and some boats have managed to find the fusion and find the energy production of Sash, desperately trying to keep that fusion alive. But instead, not enough damage there. The ducks have managed to make it through here and will be able to maybe do some damage, but Blodir doesn't have the energy to do this. And at the same time, in the center here, losing most of his Tech 2 army. Blodir getting pushed right back. $5K total worth of reclaim, or $6K almost, in this immediate area. And yet this rest sub is just getting all of it, because Sash just does not want to build anything that has torpedoes, apparently. Now, Blodir actually building a very, very forward naval plant here and energy production. Like, Blodir could just build, not Blodir, Sash could just build an arty right there, and that would quite easily push Blodir all out of this area. But no, not just yet. Going back into navy. Saw that thing pop out there, but still not enough. Good work though by Blodir. Managed to take out 2 of the metal extractors at the bottom, 2 Tech 2 ones here. There is still a duck left over here, although I'm not quite sure how much damage that will actually be able to inflict with these 2 Tech 2 defenses there now. There's still enough to cause him some problems. Res sub finally gets killed by Sash as he moves his commander into the water. And this artillery still causing more problems for Blodir, unable to push closer. Losing ground bit by bit here as these arbiters just wreck anything that isn't moving. Now, bear in mind, Sash has not replaced his Tech 2 factory. He has 1 Tech 1 bot, a Tech 1 air, and a Tech 1 C. So any Tech 2 units he loses are gone for good. And a slight misstep there by his own EMP bot makes Blodir destroy his own EMP bot there. And finally, wrong button. Finally, some torpedo units come out from Sashkorin here. A single sub, which will get destroyed very quickly because he's not microing it. Ooh, this may be a somewhat unfortunate timing here as Blodir has tried to go Tech 2C. Right as Sashkorin is pushing in for the attack. Naval HLT being built here. It looks like Sash is actually forced off due to how much Tech 2 is on the high ground. Not only that, a very safely positioned Persecutor being built. We see here that Sash, seeing that Tech 2 factory, has had to push Tech 2 himself in Navy in order to stay relevant. Little bit of harass on this top side here, but with this Tech 2 pop-up defenses, that's not really going to be much of a problem, I think. It's all about this position here. The Navy is getting bombed from long range, slowly getting whittled down. And interestingly enough, Blodir stopped the Tech 2 transition here to build the HLTs in order to defend. And instead is going into a second air factory. It's not within range of... This Persecutor, rather, is not within range of the Tech 2, and that battleship, although it doesn't have as much range as that Persecutor, will cause problems. This is a tough one here. Oh, scuttle. Ooh, okay, this is going to be interesting. Problem is, so it's only cloaked, so stuff will shoot it, and it's also not being microed at the moment, which means this and these will start to shoot at the radar dot as soon as it comes up. Really want to keep an eye on that, but at the same time, oh, the first battleship has come off the production line and is already down to 35% health. Tremendous amount of damage it's taken already. Desperately trying to run it back. 5, and the heals do manage to get on it. Down to 5% health. It will be enough heals to keep it alive, but still, I don't think Sash was really ready for quite so much damage. Oh, and here we go. Not enough. So that was a bit of a quick zoom there. Arbiter's not doing quite the damage that Blodir was maybe hoping for. Not really made for this, though, to be fair. One of the battleships is getting quite low. This is the time when they'll shine, when these battleships are just sat here not moving, as attention is elsewhere. One of them is already down to 8% health, desperately trying to run it back just as the missiles start to land. And a second Persecutor being built. Blodir also with Tech 2C himself, both of them building battleships. But one of them is still within range of a Persecutor getting hit here. Sash doesn't really have much room, which is the biggest problem for him right now, is that you've got these humongous ships and nowhere really for them to go that isn't in range of getting hit. Problem is, if he would have built them up here, yes, it would have helped, but then he would have just got trapped here and this forward base would have got destroyed. So completely makes sense as to why he's done that. First battleship dead. That's a lot of metal now on the field. Blodir did try and get some damage done over here. Nothing really, though, as only 2 of the pop-up defenses go down. Has kind of opened up an opportunity for these metal extractors to get killed. And we're seeing a bit of a worrying sign, though, for Blodir here. Just look how much air his opponent has. Now, there is a flak already out here in an attempt to try and whittle some of this down. But still... yeah, missile ship will make it difficult for Sash to continue this on. All that persecute that was at the front line has also been destroyed. Sash's Calm is at 20% health. All of the battleships of Sash did get destroyed when we were looking elsewhere, and there goes Sash's Calm. Well played. I mean, the metal difference between the two players, they had the map like split equally down the middle, but Blodir's positioning of his units just ended up being a lot better. You can see Sash actually produced the most resources, so well played. And thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all next time.